Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Friday night. You know what that means. It is Division 4 time. I am your host today, Freddie Rozelle, obviously your number one British commentator in the league. I am today joined by Nathan Doan. Me and Nathan ain't been broadcasting for a while, so this is the first time, I'm pretty sure, this season. So, Nathan, how are you doing?
It's pretty good. I'm having a fine night today. I'm trying to see who can win this race here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 20 corners in Azerbaijan. I mean, I actually completely forgot that we are in Baku for tonight's race. So we have four people missing tonight. Let's actually jump over to the standings. Four people missing tonight. We have Siggy coming off with a superb form in Portugal from last week. The GOAT is back, and he is back ready, fighting for the championship. He needs a win and a fastest lap point to be on the exact same points as MVA. As MVA has been balling out, got two wins out of the three races. His lowest position is a P2 currently. We have Pelon up there as well. P3, a little bit further behind Siggy, but still putting Aston Martin through. Let's move on to the constructors. I'll let you take away.
All right, in the constructors, we got Ferrari by a clear lead. That's 27 points to Red Bull. Then Aston Martin right behind them in 90 points. And then we have a little bit of a four-way battle here with AlphaTauri, Williams, Alfa Romeo, and Mercedes, all separated by about 6 points. And Mercedes being the latter, of course. That's just how it is. And then we have McLaren P8, Alpine in P9, but that looks like a mistake. So probably Alpine P8, then Haas in last. I'm trying to look at this race here because it looks like we have an intermediate quali here with the weather.
Intermediates. You would never really expect that in Baku, especially for me. I mean, no one's actually came out of the picture, so we'll just go and talk about the weather. It doesn't look like it's raining at all, so looks like it's actually okay. Actually, no, I am actually lying. It is currently raining. I actually have no sound. Let me just sort that out. There we are. So Kevin Magnussen, first one to come out. Let's actually talk about him really having a poor start to the season. In Brazil, he actually had some his own issues where he put a wet setup on for a wet race. Absolute donut there, but we know he's got the pace up zone. There's already someone off. Yeah, Josh Barnsley already taking the run away. But yeah, Kevin Magnussen. George Russell actually, as everyone would name him, but yeah, really not having the start to the season Haas would have thought, as he was picked 9.
I mean, yeah, 14th in the standings with 3 races and only 23 points. That's really not the result you want to see starting off, especially when you have no teammate. So right now, Kevin Magnussen, 23 points, and that is most of the points for Haas, and that is why they're last. So hopefully he can put out a better result today, because they do need those points to at least catch up with Alpine and McLaren.
Yeah, to be fair, he's doing a bit of you, Nathan, from season 4. He's actually not had a teammate this whole season. He's actually on his own right now, currently. Haas are definitely trying to put a driver in that that second spot in the Haas seat. No one really wants a Haas seat. But
he's almost gone into the wall.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's actually got a good setup on as he hits a wall coming out of turn 19. And now we're on the long straight. We're going to be on board with him, the Haas driver, to make his lap. So coming down to turn 1, dropping it to 3rd gear. I mean, I would have dropped it to 4th, get the 4th gear. Coming down to turn 2, got to avoid that curb, the bump, so you don't go into the barrier. Does that really nicely, having a bit of a moment, trying to put the throttle down, 5th gear. Now coming to turn 3, where it's a really tricky corner to spot, in my opinion. Even with a racing line, or just it's really hard to spot as there's a flat curve. You can actually go over it, but you can actually get it all wrong as you can hit the wall. But the 40.8 sector 1, don't really know what kind of time that would really put in compared to the others. But at the moment, looking like a really neat lap. Actually, while we're on board, I'll let you speak, but I'm going to try and find the weather.
Yeah, so Kevin Magnussen, he's having a lot of moments to this lap here. I've seen Siggy's gone faster in the first sector, so he's clearly not putting the fastest times out here. The only difference between me and him, I'd say, is that I actually performed in my own. So here we go into this qualifying session. He's first on track. Actually, he
Ooh.
hits a wall, and that's his lap over,
Yep.
as you just cannot take that flat out in
He's
the
lost
wet.
his end plate. So we're going to go on
Yep.
board with the Alpine driver, I think it is. No, it is. It's Siggy. Next one out. He's actually on 70% battery, so maybe you could do 2 laps.
Yeah, we just need to see what this hot lap is first, though. We need to see his time, and if he can go faster on the second lap here, I wonder if maybe we could see some. Oh, actually,
I think that's
is that Kevin Magnussen? He's lost his entire wing now. Wasn't even pushing.
Hopefully there wasn't an incident with that Alpine driver, Ben. As they were close, as a 52.3, 10 seconds. 10 seconds compared to a normal dry track, as there's a Ferrari in the wall, as that is Aaron Green. He's on his Xbox account, so that's why you see Simba on the screen. Let's go on board with pick 1 as Josh Barnsley getting a 52.2. Currently Pelon smashing that out by 7 tenths, 51.5.
Yeah, I have to wonder if something went wrong for Chong's lap, because he is 7 seconds adrift of Siggy, so clearly not the lap that he'd want to be having, but that's a big disappointment for B-Boy Simba, Aaron Green, to be out so quickly in this qualifying session. He's made up good ground from the back in the past, but I'm not sure with all these cars in front of him, especially if it's going to be a wet race, I'm not sure if he'll be able to do it.
This incoming is coming down to Sector 1. He's actually 7 tenths quicker than Kevin Magnussen, or around a second than Kevin Magnussen did in Sector 1. So Christian definitely got the pace. Going down to Gear 2, sorry. Coming down to the castle section, going really slow. He's just taking it really cautiously. He does not want to be putting that Red Bull in the wall. Otherwise he'll have Duncan Mechanic in his ear.
Yeah, I know racing with him that he's been alright around this track, but with these conditions and the new handling model, of course, from last time I raced with him, I think it's going to be quite different. As Ben sets a fastest time of 150.9, these times are going down pretty quickly, so I do wonder. Actually, on my screen, it looks like the rain has lightened, at least. It's not visually falling on the screen anymore, it's just kind of drifting past the halo. But here comes Christian Cummins down the long straight. I believe it's the longest straight in F1. If not, it's Mexico City. As here he comes to the line now, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 151.910, good enough for P5. Who do we have next on the line? That's an Aston Martin. Is that Pelon?
That
It
looks
is.
like Hokage. No, it is Pelon. But he'll be setting another lap. Yeah, he's on a lap right now, so we'll go on board with someone else. Big Elbow 6 tenths up on his current time. Looks like he maybe have lost it through Sector 3. 8 tenths up, 54.3. Not something you'd be impressed with.
Yeah, he should be able to go out for another lap with the 60% battery that he has. Given that he has enough fuel, Mercedes mechanics didn't mess it up this time. And let's see if Arrow can do any better than his team. He's going through Castle section. Hopefully he doesn't clear it into this, but it looks like he kept it well.
Yeah, he's going faster than Christian did through that Castle section, so that means Aero is playing no games today.
Yeah, and Christian Cummins is actually on another lap here. It looks like he's going a little bit faster here, but he's getting very close to these walls here, and he has the Ferrari going slowly ahead of him, so hopefully that doesn't cause anything. As Looks like next to the line will be, is that February? Oh, he's just starting to lap. As
No,
we
so it'll
have,
be Aero.
really, it's gonna be air off. Let's see what happens here. Long straight, the time goes down all the way, especially when you're losing battery. You need really good battery management here as he goes to the line now. See what he can put.
Ooh, pole position.
150.2.
Or provisional
710
pole
for
back.
you.
Yes, around 7 tenths. Josh Barnsley with no wing coming down the main straight.
Yeah, interesting. But what I'm seeing now is we have Siggy going out on the soft tire. That's going to be crucial for everyone else
It
on the grid
stopped
as
raining.
the rain has stopped. Yeah.
Let's actually bring that up. Details, yeah. So the
And
times are definitely dropping. You can definitely tell. Whether if I'm going to be honest, I just wait. I will just wait.
yeah, what I would do, I would let all the other drivers kind of just swarm and clear the track with their intermediate tires and
Oh,
make a dry
Siggy's on
line for me.
wets.
Siggy's on wet.
Well, now he's back on
He's going
softs.
to that. He's just going for that Ferrari strategy.
Yeah,
Confuse everyone
you
else.
never know with Siggy. Um, very weird man, especially.
Yeah, he's kind
As he's
of
back on the
weird
wets.
as a person. He's funny. He's a funny guy. But his pace is not something that you can laugh at because he is very quick for Division 4. I'd say next season maybe we can see him in Division 3
Um,
as
maybe. Potentially he was not happy. He actually did get blocked by a Red Bull, and I can tell you now he was not happy with the outcome of that decision. I didn't really see it myself. It looks like there's a Red Bull in the wall. Let's try and get a board. Oh, okay, yep. So, Red Bull in the wall in turn 3. Hudsey. Not having the best race in Portugal. Didn't give up. Definitely had that spirit in him. I think he got around P12-ish, around there. Yeah, I think it's taken out in lap 1 with no safety cars. And it's drying up.
yes,
I think there'll be a safety car DRS soon.
yeah, some cars on their outlaps now um, for the soft tire, and we'll see what they can do as they're still setting laps on his intermediate tires. So Mercedes needs to put him on these tires as fast as they can. As so far, everyone is coming into the pits just to put on these soft tires. But I gotta talk about that Red Bull crashing into the wall because in that position in that corner, I feel like it's very hard to do that. Maybe he just got a bit too heavy on the brakes and just ran into it. As it looks like Josh has gone straight on into the runoff zone, and it doesn't look like he's making too much of an attempt to reverse out of it. So
I'm just looking at
there
Kevin
he goes.
Magnussen right now. He's got no battery, but he was 1.7 seconds up on his time in Sector 2, and it looks like he's going to finish a lap. Does not look like he's going to be pole. It'll be P8 currently, so he's got time to come around in the pits and get the softs on, which is a really good idea. So, because in these kind of quali sessions, you want to be out in the last seconds to get the as much grip.
Oh, Sean comes back into the pits. I wonder if he had a moment where he broke his front wing, but he came back into the pits. So interesting choice if it was intentional by Ferrari. But we have our first soft lap, and it's Ben in the Alpine. He's starting his lap just now on this front straight.
Oh, he's
He's
starting his
getting,
battery really late.
yeah, what I would go for is the
Ooh.
orange marker on the left. Actually, he goes very deep.
You know
Didn't
what?
invalidate his lap, but it made it bad.
I wonder if we're seeing some. On my screen, it looks completely dry, but the DRS is still not on.
Yeah, that is interesting to see. On we would have got the notification if it was turned on, but so far we haven't. As that's Josh Barnsley out of the
Oh,
session.
Josh Barnsley is in the water. Let's go on board with Kevin Magnussen to see if we can get a quick view. And it looks like it's that turn where like you've got to brake earlier than it says so. And yes, it is.
Oof.
That is quite a hefty whack.
He's had a lot of moments just in the past couple of minutes. He couldn't reverse out of a turn for like about a minute. And then when he finally could on his outlap, he just ran it into the wall. So very interesting things happening in this qualifying session today with interchangeable weather. But right now, there's just almost no one out on track that could be setting representative times other than Ben here. I mean, it looks like he's on his out lap or maybe a second warm-up lap because, yeah, just starting his battery very late on his first hot lap, that's not really something you want to be doing here. Ah, DRS enabled. There you go.
So yeah, now it looks like it's starting to open up a little bit with quality time. So this will be everyone's one lap. Get the softs. If you don't get the lap done, then you're pretty much out of it.
Just think that Ben would lift that left-right section. That'd lose him a lot of time if he did on his hot lap, but let's just see. Setting his battery on just a bit earlier. Good for straight line speed, going up to 214 miles an hour. I don't know what that is in kilometers, but he goes too deep again. That's going to lose him so much time. This is going to continue his lap because he doesn't really have any other choice here. See what kind of lap time he can put in. Getting a lot of the inside curb in turn 2. Definitely not something I would be doing because that just forces you off wide and maybe even into the wall. See if you can get the braking right into this corner. A lot of drivers couldn't. He looks like he's got it fine. He spotted the braking point into this corner. A bit of a weird one to find time in, but it looks like he's done just enough of the job there. I remember he's 2 seconds up on his first sector, so
Yeah,
pretty good.
At the moment, he's already P1, but that's expected.
Indeed it is, as he's still going through this corner, so let's see what he can do in the castle section. Going down to third gear, not really carrying too much speed through this. I would try and carry a bit more through that. And it looks like an alright lap. I'd say maybe 44s. But
Yeah,
is that a Mercedes off?
And that is that aero? No, it is a big
Big
elbow. Oh, he's just stuck in which. Oh, he's resetted. And yeah,
Oh.
okay, that would be few penalty points, I'd say. If that was a reset, then yeah.
Because he got into a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, so Ben is currently 5 seconds up on his time. Put around in 145, which is something I'm surprised about. You know, I thought it would at least be in the 43s.
I mean, I guess you could put it down. Oh, yeah, 44. I guess you could put it down to the conditions on track, but I really didn't think that would be 4 seconds slower than a normal lap around here. Is that Kevin Magnussen out again? No, he's just getting out of the way for the two Mercedes. Siggy set to 144.4.
Okay, so that is currently the provisional pole time. I'm going to expect to see better eyes. It looks like that Siggy taking the runoff into turn 1. We have Chunk on a lap right now, and oh no, he's just started the lap, so we'll go on board with someone. That is, who is on the lap? I think it's Hokage, potentially. No, he's not. Beverly is currently 3 seconds up on his time. He's got a 2-minute 1 right now, but that's because he had a bit of an incident in one of his laps. Coming down to this tricky turn, got to go down to third gear. Try and short shift to fourth, he does not do that. He's powered down really nicely actually. He's 13 seconds up on his time, so that would put him around 47 currently. However,
P3 right now.
So who's coming to the line? It's Beberry. Followed up by 2 Alpines. Oh, Diego, whoever, I can't say that name, Majataz, 43.1, followed up by Ben, who's finished his lap, 43.7. And then we will have, who is next? Let's say Gibbs. Gibbs coming to the line, P2 currently. Yeah, Siggy's backed out with it.
I mean, I wouldn't have said 2 laps on those tires anyway.
Right.
Sean
And
goes fastest,
wow.
141.0. That's 2 seconds quicker than everyone else.
But this is what I'm saying, like, you wanted to be out in the last second possible. So we have Christian Cummins currently 6.7 seconds up in his time. So this could be potentially pole position. Or am I wrong?
I think it could with this left to right now being flat out for everyone around here. He's at 30 seconds. Let's see how long it takes him to get down this straight. It's a very long straight. It looks like he'll be maybe a bit
I
off.
think there's a pole. Oh, just P2.
Oh.
It's P-Long coming to the line. P3. And Kevin Magnussen followed up by Aero, looks like. Kevin Magnussen getting P10 and Aero P2. That's a great lap, but we still have one more person, Big Ale Bro. To get to the line, this is not going to be pole position. I don't know where he finished. Right, it says
P6.
P6.
Alright, that's an interesting qualifying session. The reserve driver for Ferrari taking pole position here. Very good showing from the Ferrari driver. As his Ferrari teammate, that is
All the way down
Aaron
at the
Green.
bottom.
We're in a bit of a Ferrari
Yes.
sandwich of the
So
stars, of course.
we're going to take a little bit of a break because I need to do something quick. But this is your top 16. Right, we are back. Let me just double check we are live. Yes, we are. So, welcome back. Let's go race. Oh, we can't go race director apparently. So, Nathan, if you are still here, what do you think?
I am.
What do you think
Of what?
of tonight? Oh, this race.
Well, I'm excited to see what these top four right off the grid can do. I know that we've had quite a few turn one incidents in the past at this track, so hopefully everyone can get through cleanly. As it looks like the lights will be on momentarily. I'll take it away here, and if 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights are out. And away we go. That's a good start from the Ferrari driver.
Absolutely.
Not a good one from the Mercedes driver.
Yeah,
As
Christian
Aero
Cummins going
is in
side by
P2.
side. We're there, right? They need to be careful here
Goes by.
because that wall.
Oh, big incident.
Oh, big incident. And there is wings in the background. And I wonder who it is. Oh, what has just happened?
That's Mercedes around. That's Big L, bro. There's more broken wings. That's an Aston Martin around. That's Pelon. He's broken his front wing.
Oh no.
Big position changes here in the back of the pack here, as that's Ben going on a move. Maybe not on Hutchie, but that's Gibbs getting behind the Aston Martin of Hokage Rodi, and I'll give it to you there.
Yeah, so Kevin Magnussen having a brilliant start, and looks like there's an Alpine around.
Safety car, hopefully.
Virtual, VSC. So, this is your order currently. Kevin Magnussen getting up to P5 from P11, and is that Stars? My man Stars, P7 currently. Jumping up 9 spots.
It's a very weird start to this race here. We had multiple cars breaking front wings, multiple cars. Is that the... Yeah, that's the Williams of B, right? He's got his front wing end plate gone. I'll check. Oh, there's a huge incident under the safety car. Broken wing for Stars FPS, it looks like. Yeah, for a severe collision with Bebry. Oh
Wow.
no, it's just getting worse and worse. And it looks like we even had a position change in the front. Not sure who that was. Maybe some overtaking in the safety car as we go green again. And look how big of a gap Chonk has got to Arrow here. And I'm wondering how many drivers kind of have to come into the pits here because so many drivers
Yeah.
lost their front wing. Hopefully, no one goes into this Tech Pro barrier.
Yeah, Beverly Star's struggling right now. So they'll be definitely going in the pits. A big elbow and is flying currently. Going to be P6 after Beverly pits and yeah, so there's one, there's two. It's two, three and four people.
I'm seeing 5 in the pits here.
Five, yeah.
Is that Ben spinning around from the back of the pack?
And
Not what you want to see for Alpine
has
because he
lost
had
his
such a
wing?
great qualifying.
No, he
Has
hasn't.
he? No. It's Josh Barnsley making a move around the outside of Hokage Road. And that looks like it's going to be a clean move. It's going to be done before the braking zone even started. And Kevin Magnussen also making up good positions here. As a Haas driver, your fellow is doing very great, you must say here.
Yeah, 100%. We all love him. Everyone knows it. He's definitely he's one of the youngest drivers in this league. He's definitely got loads of potential to possibly make it to D2 before he potentially stops racing. But hey, you never know. This could be his jam. He might be able to. You never know. Hit esports one day.
Yeah, starting at a young age. I think he is the youngest driver other than maybe Mateo O. Both, I believe, 12 years old. As Hutzy is actually gaining a lot of time through these middle sectors here, and I have to wonder if he does have that high downforce setup. So we'll see if that is true, if he loses a lot of time through the straight here, but he's very close. He'll get a good benefit of the slipstream, as DRS is enabled, as Arrow has closed 2 seconds in 1 lap. That is that's saying something from the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, I wonder if Kevin Magnussen, he's lost quite a lot of time to Siggy, which I'm quite surprised about.
I mean, it looks like his car's fully intact, so maybe just a pace difference right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Arrow's gotten into DRS range of Chonk. I don't know if we're seeing great pace from this Mercedes or if we're not seeing too good a pace from the Ferrari driver, but I know that we'll have a good battle through here.
Yeah, it looks like Aero is the fastest driver out of both of them right now. Oh, that's a Ferrari pitting again. Aaron Green.
See if we have a wing change here. It doesn't look like there's any damage, but the wing is being replaced, so he's going to have a lot of ground to make up. As I said, he is pretty good, as we have Stars making move on Diego Hatas here. I definitely did not say that right, but Diego goes for the switchback, and it works out perfectly. He's going to get the benefit of DRS as well. Actually, no, he doesn't. Interesting. Maybe at a moment on the exit, but it looks like he's not traveling very quickly, as Pilon is getting close to the back of Bebry, and Arrow again has closed 3/10 in this little bit of the track here.
Yeah, so Aero looks like the man for tonight. He's on fire currently. As we're going down on the main straight, burning that ERS. So is Chonk. It looks like Mercedes potentially having the slipstream and maybe with the lower aerodynamics. Looks like Chonk nearly pushed Aero into a wall. And Aero gets a move done before turn 1 is made. But Aero goes a little bit deep. Is not getting out of escaping the wall. It looks like they'll be side by side through turn 1. Josh Barnsley and Gibbs. I wonder what happens here. Josh going wide when he escapes the wall, but getting a bad exit. Gibbs currently getting a move, but they're still going side by side. And Josh has made a mistake.
Chonk and Arrow have made contact. No one is around, but they just kind of pushed each other over, and that is an Alpine out of the session.
That's a safety car.
That is safety car.
Yeah, Josh. I don't want to see this as my former teammate, but struggling to get out of that box.
Yeah, in situations like that, when you're separated from the rest of the pack, as a steward, well, if I was a steward, I would allow a reset to track, because it's not harming anyone.
Well, in that kind of situation, potentially, but it needs to be where no one is near you. Like,
Has he gone into the runoff again?
does
What
he?
is going on with... Has he spun again? What's going on with
Hot
Josh Barnsley
tires,
today?
potentially.
It's very interesting. You don't normally
Oh,
see this kind
and
of...
he's
He
hitting the
hits a
wall quite
wall.
hard. I wonder if that's damage. Looks fine currently. But
That's going to be good for a lot of our drivers who pit early on in the race, because their tires will be able to be preserved through the safety car. So that's good for those drivers. But oh, drive-through
um,
penalty for Stars FPS. He is already in the back of the pack already. I wonder, because these are very weird incidents. I have to wonder if maybe we're seeing some desync right now. I hope not, because we remember what happened last week in Division 2. Not one you want to see, but the car is now lining up behind the safety car very soon. And that's Kevin Magnussen into the pits. Interesting strategy. Has that been something that the Haas people have been talking about?
um, I don't know. I think there is no TP for Haas tonight. Actually, no, there is. There's a 9, but I can tell you now that I don't think they can make it 20 laps. I mean, potentially because yeah, maybe 19, maybe 18, but we've got another 21 laps to go currently, so this will be interesting.
I've been told that the mediums can go even
Oh,
19
yeah.
laps. Oh, and
Mediums
then
can
the
go longer than it says. Like normally the pit window is around when the tyres are around 10 laps old. But the hards are a bit different. Like, oh, actually, wait, hold on. There's a Haas Magnussen hitting the
yeah,
barrier.
I don't know if he hit the barrier, but he went into that same runoff that everyone has been finding today. I'm just so confused with what's going on with drivers on the runoff. Josh Barnsley replaces his front wing, going onto the medium tires actually, so maybe going for, I
Hmm.
believe this is 3 or 2 stops now. We'll probably have a safety car for another lap. Then racing action will be resumed. As your race order is Arrow from Chunk, and then we have Christian Cummins in third, Siggy in fourth, Hudty in fifth, Big Elbro in sixth, Gibbs seventh, Ben eighth, Hokage ninth, and it just goes down from there.
Hmm.
And I have to wonder if,
This does help
well,
the
what time?
hard runners right now.
I'm gonna check the tires here. So it looks like our top 6 are on the medium tire. Then we have Gibbs on hard tires, and then Ben on medium tires. But after that, pretty much everyone else has made a pit stop for damage, I'm assuming. And yeah, it's just interesting strategies around here, especially when you have all this damage going around. But so far, Freddie Razzle, who are your favorites to win and maybe be the top 3 of this race tonight?
Oh, looks like Chunk had some pace to not get the win, but potentially a podium. Um, if this strategy works for Kevin Magnussen, if he does no crashes, no incidents, this could be a potential podium as well. But Aero currently, he's got the pace.
What's going on here is that Hokage broke his wing going
Oh
into
no,
turn 2.
that's sad to see. I think there will be another lap of safety car.
I believe Hokage could pit and potentially make the safety car stay out another lap, but it looks like he's locking up a lot. I'm not sure if he's a no assist drivers, but not
Yes
what
he
you
is.
want to see. Oh, that must be the problem going into turn 2 then, as he's gonna have to pit no matter what pretty much. So doing it at the end of this lap will be the best situation for him. But we must wait for the 4 drivers in the back to catch up with the safety car. They aren't doing it too quickly, so I wonder if maybe there's a delta thing, but it looks like they're pushing quite hard. You know, in Baku, I've seen where like it won't say that the safety car is coming in at the
Hmm.
point where it normally does, which is the start of the third sector. But then it comes in very late when it's going down the straight, and drivers have almost no time to prepare. So
Yeah, it doesn't
it
look
looks
like it
like
will come in the snap, I don't think, because it normally does it in that corner.
drivers could catch up by the end of the straight because that's yeah they're going fast. So hopefully they can catch up in time. We don't have to sit around in the safety car any longer. But now they're too late. Oh, someone got into the barriers. I've just heard a massive crunch, but it looks like we're fine.
Looks like Big Elbow.
Big elbow.
So he's fine. All these drivers are fine. Currently, wait, there is a... Oh no, it's Hokkaido. Pitting, so not too bad for him. As he will be last, but he gets to be behind the safety car next lap.
Yeah, I mean he broke his wing. I'm assuming it's because he broke just not hard enough with cold tires and maybe he locked up. So hopefully he doesn't do that again with these new tires because that's just going to take out the safety car longer and longer unless they just decide not to wait for this guy any longer. As I have to focus on Star's FPS here because we know that he's a quick driver in Division 4, but now he's made a critical mistake here and it's cost him a drive-through penalty. And you can't serve that under safety cars, so you will have to serve it after the safety car and probably put him around 20 seconds behind the pack. He's going to have a lot of ground to cover, but with the safety car restart, I don't know. With the way that we're seeing the drivers race right now, I think that we could expect another safety car sooner or later. As we will see soon if the safety car does come in, it looks like Okage Rolldy has closed up to the safety car. Will close up to the safety car at least by the end of this little section here.
So 8
And
laps. So whoever's pitted on the hard, so there's 4 people that's pitted on the hards. I wonder if they'll make it to the end. So I think Magnussen will, but I'm not sure about the other 2 people.
yeah, I'm looking at Gibbs here. He's the highest standing hard tire driver. He did not pit though. Oh, what's going on with
Oh
Ibu
no,
Simba and February here?
looks like maybe
Uh,
Aaron went in the wall. Aaron's fine, they're both fine, it looks.
Alright, safety car in this lap. It is up to Arrow to decide when to resume this race, but he will have to wait until the safety car makes it into the pits. As all the drivers warming their tires, they're waiting for Arrow to make the move to start this race again. When will it be? Can he maybe even take out quite a gap from Chonk at the restart? Will Chonk be able to predict it?
Oh,
Oh,
Arrow's hit
as
the
Arrow
wall.
goes into the wall, he's broken his wing. It's not going well at all. And now, I believe he can pit. Yes, he can, and that's Chonk back into the race lead. And what was a great evening for Mercedes has quickly turned into a mediocre one at best.
Hudson
Is that
Paul,
Siggy making a
Hudson,
move around
yeah, no,
outside?
Hudson,
Oh,
definitely not Hudson Paul.
yeah, a lot of drivers battling in the start. That looks like Aston Martin has been pretty slow, and that starts serving his drive-through. As we have Pilon getting past Kevin Magnussen. Not a great start from the Haas driver, but he has made up a position as he slows down really early, and that's going to cost him a position. Oh, he's been tapped, actually, I believe, and that's a broken wing on Josh Barnsley, I believe.
Oh, that is not that is not you. If you want to see, if you are a Alfa Romeo driver, so yeah, Kevin Magnussen is struggling with those new hards, which wouldn't surprise me as Gibbs has gone
Oh,
around and I don't know if he locked up or Pelon tapped him, but it would potentially go side by side through that castle section.
all the drivers smart enough not to do that because that is
Yeah, we
easily
saw that a lot in season 4. A lot of drivers being stupid in that castle section. Something you don't want to see is Chonk has made a 1.6 second gap to Christian Cummins.
That's that's great to see from the Ferrari driver, but it looks like it's all going down now with this straight. It looks like Red Bull are running a very low downforce setup because look how fast the gap is going down. I would not be surprised. Actually, it's going up now, so no idea what's going on with Christian Cummins here. Maybe just got a good exit.
Side by
But
side
Josh
with
Barnes,
looks like with Ben and Pelon. Pelon letting Ben have a position. Currently, as Ben looks like he's used quite a bit of his battery. There is a pace and it is Josh Barnsley.
Gibbs is getting close to the back of Big Elbow here. Big Elbow got wide out of turn 1. Let's see what kind of moves he can put down. I know he's a quick driver. Can he get him on the straight though? It doesn't look like it because Big Elbow is dumping that battery. 60% compared to Gibbs. 50% is just an advantage that is very clear. And well, what other action do we have going on here? It looks all pretty chilled out here in this middle sector. But hopefully, actually, I seen that Christian has made up that gap down to less than 1 second again. So when DRS is enabled, I believe next lap, maybe we can see some battling action from these two.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to see how Christian will deal with this new driver, a driver he probably won't expect to do being P1 currently. Is Josh Barnes is around again, and it's the same turn.
Oh, we have Ben making a move on Gibbs, and that's Pelon right behind him, going through this section that you don't normally see overtakes in. Looks like Gibbs is going to be the big loser
Oh,
because
no
he's
one's backing
forced
out.
off.
And
Oh,
Ben, he hits a wall.
doesn't look like any damage for the AlphaTauri driver, but that's a great
Oh,
battle between these drivers. Gibbs may begin a moment. As Christian Cummins has closed up again into a chunk and 82% battery compared to 70. This is going to be possibly a move into turn 3 as DRS is enabled. And we will stick on board with Christian Cummins to see what kind of battle for the lead we can get as Kevin Magnussen
Gibbs
made
is in
the
the pits.
position up on Gibbs as he pits. Must have been for that front wing
Yeah,
damage from the
100%.
wall. That's it. Looks like Christian actually got a really poor exit. He's not trying to use the battery, so no move there, but it looks like Big Elbow is under pressure. Maybe not, but Pelon is right behind Ben. Maybe we can see an ambitious dive bomb here, but we don't because that's just how boring it is. And Aaron G, he's gone through his ups and downs. He might even break in a bit too late there, but he's broken his front wing. He's gone through everything that a driver could go through in the start of the race, but he's made it back up to P9 and on merit as well. Ben and Big Elbow are getting really close to this middle sector here. That must be. Oh, they're
Ooh,
going side by side even.
that was looking like Pelon might have tapped Ben into Big Elbow, but they've kept it as it
Oh, they tapped
alive.
Ben.
And Pelon has tapped Ben, but Pelon let Ben. That was good sportsmanship there. My opinion, if Ben didn't get damaged, then that should be fine. Pelon didn't actually overtake him.
Let's say though, getting tapped twice by the same driver in 2 corners and still being able to save it from going into the wall. That's good driving from Ben and good car control. So it looks like Pelon is definitely going to get him through this back straight. He's got the gap that he needs. He's going to have the slipstream.
Oh,
As
there'll be a
Chonk has
move.
actually been
Oh
overtaken.
no, he's pitting.
Oh, he's been. Okay.
Maybe potentially doing the undercut. Sorry. So we'll see where he comes out ahead with Kevin Magnussen, because Kevin's where he will be P1. So Chunk still in the pits. Comes out now, and it doesn't look like the gap's that big.
I think he's got a good window to be pushing on these new tires, warm him up a little bit. As Kevin Magnussen. Oh, wait, Ben goes deep. Kevin Magnussen has made the position on Ben. Unless Ben can fight it back here, and it looks like he will. Brave going around the outside, they make a little bit of contact, but Kevin Magnussen is through on Ben.
Yeah, so we need to see where all these drivers come out, because it will be Kevin Magnussen P1.
If he can make it to the end of those tires, though,
I think he will.
on the race.
But
We could
he
maybe
will
see
need to get a move on.
Josh Barnes, who's been around in the same section again. It looks like he's recovered it all right. As currently it's a Red Bull 1-2 right now. Last time we saw that, they were told to swap, but that was obviously in real life. Hopefully we don't see any of those shenanigans, as it looks like Hudzy is just trying to get into that DRS to point a little bit of battery. Don't think he will though.
I
Maybe Christian
wonder.
Pitts here.
Yeah, I wonder which Red Bull pits. Doesn't look like Christian is. Hard to see. No, either.
That's going to leave them vulnerable to the undercut by Chonk here, because Chonk can push all he wants
Yeah.
if Siggy goes into the
The
pits.
big elbow is now coming into the pits. As wow, he slowed down heavily there. So Kevin Magnussen currently P5. Siggy is now in the pits. And
We have a little
Ben,
battle going on.
yeah, Ben is right behind Kevin Magnussen currently.
Look at the difference in battery with Ben. He's got 20%, Kevin's got 50%, has managed it a lot better than Ben has, but he's going to go for the move anyways. Ben is going down the inside, hopefully no contact, as it looks like Ben goes down the inside. Can Kevin keep it around the outside? He's trying to. He'll have the inside line going into this next corner. Breaks very late there.
Oh,
Taps the wall just a little bit. I don't think he'll have damage. If it is, he'll have
looks
minor
fine.
damage, but
The wing looks
yeah.
fine. Currently, oh, he does look a bit understeery. He may be fine, he may be not. We'll soon find out. But he's losing so much time against Chonk.
Yeah, at the moment, Chonk is very, very rapid here. He's made up, I believe that's 2 seconds, going down even more, 3 seconds now in just about half a lap. And I'm seeing Gibbs, he's on the soft tire. I have no idea what's going on with Gibbs, but I guess he's got strategy. He's got strategy as Arrow closing up on the back of Chonk just a little bit. I think both drivers will be able to go to the end on these tires. Maybe not. Um, what else here? As Chonk is closed into the DRS of Hokage Rodi, Kevin Magnussen has seen what could be the lead of a race go to being attacked by Ferrari and an Aston Martin very soon. As who else we got going into the pits here? That's Ben in the Alpine. Do we see Hokage come in? No, we do not. And that is about it for the pits, as Arrow sets a fastest lap of 1:43.3. Good recovery drive so far from breaking his wing under the safety car, and now is back into P7. As actually Hokage goes really tight into that second corner, and Chonk is going to get the easiest move of his life on this next straight into P5.
Oh, but
Without a pit stop.
okay, he's not giving up. Ooh. Oh, Aero, what a move. If it sticks, yeah, it sticks as our cargo moves out of the way. What a move by Aero.
Gibbs gets past the Williams of February, and is that another battle right behind? Looks like Aaron Green actually is going to be very close to Big Elbro. Not close enough, as who's that gone into the runoff? That's Stars FPS. Why is everyone finding this runoff?
I don't know, but it looks like it's a bit of a soft area for everyone. When I mean soft, I mean looks like everyone kind of likes that bit of area of the track. It's got a bit of a soft spot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pace of Chonk here. He's closed up tremendously to Kevin Magnussen. Just this little bit of lap, he'll easily have him on this back straight if he can just get the good exit. And he does. Medium track control helping him a lot through here. As Christian Cummins pits from the lead of the race, does Pilon pit as well.
Oh, Arrow
stays out.
Arrow hit the wall. Sounded like it anyway. He honestly, Hudzy, Christian Cummins potentially out in front of Chonk.
It's gonna be close, but Christian will have the medium tires to warm up just a little bit. This gap is 2.3 seconds, 2.0 seconds.
Wait, hold up.
This track.
Christian was already on the mediums.
2-stop maybe? He's maybe looking for a safety car.
Yeah, he needs to. I guess go on the softs after this. Oh no! Kevin Magnussen hit the wall. Is that wing damage?
Doesn't look like it.
I heard a noise and it sounded like a big bang.
Yeah, just hearing these barriers just slam into each other, it's very confusing around this track. But crucially, Chunk has gained quite a bit of time on Christian Cummins. The tire warm-up not really helping Christian here. This is going to be a crucial move for the lead of the race, potentially, with Pilon and maybe Hudsey pitting at the end of this lap, as Arrow has not been in the DRS yet. And so far, that's pretty much it for all the racing action we have, other than Bebry, Big Bro, and Aaron Green going through the second sector.
It's
So we
sector
have
3 and that's
Stars and
stars
FPS.
again. If I was
Different
stars,
run
I'd
this
just
time.
retire the car. I think
See,
if that was me, I'd be done for it. As Hudsey is now in the box.
this looks like
Wonder
Pilon will pit as
yeah.
well.
Kevin Magnussen loses so much time compared to these guys, and I wonder if he's got damage.
Must be wing damage that's minor enough that he can stay out, as he does. But Chunk up into P2 now. It's going to be close at a picket exit, but it looks like Chunk will have it quite easily. And he actually lost out of the DRS gap before the straight started, so I wonder if a little bit of moment out of the last corner. But he'll have major ground to make up now as his Red Bull teammate. Oh, actually, Arrow is trying to attack this Red Bull here. He backs out of it, but Hokage is now past Kevin Magnussen. Might make a little bit of contact there, and they do. What do you want to see? As they might make more contact.
Ooh.
Kevin really pushing Hokage around these corners here. Give him a little hurry up and a little tap, and
Ooh,
looks like Arrow might make a
yeah.
move into this corner here. Oh, it's surely on here.
Someone needs to back out, and yeah, this is not going to be ending well. And there we go.
Ooh.
And there is Kevin
the yellow flag.
Magnussen. Or was that someone else? Hokage.
Hokage.
In the wall.
Yeah, into the tech pro barrier. It looks like it's done a good job of protecting his front wing. No damage for the driver, so
I
I wonder
if
maybe
they had a similar situation with Aaron Hudson.
And I also have to wonder if Kevin might have made contact with Hokage and pushed him into the wall there.
Oh, right.
Not.
Kevin looks like he's got some issues currently. Looks fine actually. Siggy gets a massive. I forgot what the word is. I'm just having a blank out right now.
Wheel spin.
Yeah, wheel spin. Kevin currently 4 attempts ahead, draining that battery. Sorry, and there's a safety car. And now this is where Kevin needs to pit.
For what?
The mediums, and he does.
Well, yes, for mediums, of course. But what was the safety car for? I don't see anything that would cause danger on this track. We'll see who pits here.
Oh no!
Stars FPS gets another.
Oh no!
Oh boy. But it doesn't. Who's coming in for a front wing here? And that's how we'll be able to tell what happened. No one. It's. What has happened here? I'm so confused. I'm so lost.
So
Maybe
am I. So Kevin Magnussen currently on fresh mediums, and Christian Cummings needs to pit now. Surely. Because
Yes,
if
he
not,
does.
then he's just gone. He's just gone from the race. And he will be around P7, which honestly is not bad.
Yeah, I can tell that he's pushing the car through these corners. He wants to make a big as.
Actually, yes, he'll be around P5.
That's pretty smart from the driver, but I wonder with Hudsey and P4 with 1 lap old hard tires, that will be very close between the Red Bull teammates who are probably going to be on the same amount of tire wear at the end of the race. But Christian is pit on to mediums from mediums, so this will have to be a pit stop here, or else he will have to pit again at the end of the race for a different set of tires, which is just not the smart thing to do. I wonder if we do have damage to the Haas of Kevin Magnussen. If we do, it's been changed with that pit stop that he's made. But I'm looking now, he's got the tire advantage to almost everyone here, other than Christian Cummins, who will see come out on hard tires in just a little bit.
Oh yeah, so the
Actually,
top three are now pitting.
interesting that Arrow and Haji would pit. Not really what I would do, especially with Chong staying out. That's going to put them pretty far.
Oh no,
Actually,
Siggy.
what's happening to Siggy?
Siggy 5 seconds.
Oh, speeding the pit
It's
lane.
not what you want to see. This is having an amazing race, and Pelon is in the softs, and he was held up a little bit. And that's Stars FPS with another drive through with Hudsey getting a 5 seconds by crossing the pit lane. I mean, he must have done that before.
No, I think he got off on the exit there. It's a very tight left-hander into the track. I wonder if he just couldn't slow it down enough and cut across it, but that's going to be huge for the outcome of this race. Christian Cummins actually comes out second. That is going to be huge for this race as Chong has got the older tires. We might be seeing a Christian Cummins dub or maybe an Aero dub with the medium tires. Maybe even a Pelon dub with the penalties ahead of him and the tire advantage that he does have.
Yeah, all I'm saying is this could go anyone's way. As you know what's going to happen. Is look, everyone's on fresh, fresh tires, so
Tires.
anything can happen because everyone wants as much points as they can. So I'm not expecting a lot of backouts. I'm expecting side-by-side action through every corner.
Yeah, if I had to put my bets on anyone right now, I'd be a bit risky, and I would say
Yeah,
Pelon because
wow.
under the safety car, I wonder if his tires can just be preserved a little bit. He's with the amount of throttle he's putting on in this just under safety car lap. I don't know how long he can save these tires, but with Stars FPS so far back, we have to have at least another lap of the safety car. But, at the moment, Pelon is at P4, with the cars ahead of him, and potentially battling for the lead. Maybe we could see a dramatic incident, but let's not predict incidents because we don't want to see those here, unless it's with a Mercedes. And that looks like Big Elbow in P11, Arrow P3. So far, Mercedes are in an alright spot. They need to make up a lot of ground in this race as they are 7th in the standings, not what you want to see. And yeah, I'm looking at what Ferrari can do here because they are leading the championship without NVA at the moment. What kind of points can they make, especially with Aaron Green on these tires? Not really good compared to the tires around him. But Chonk, he's got 7-lap old tires. All the cars behind him on fresh tires. It's going to be very tough for this driver.
So safety car potentially in this lap. If it's out again, then I feel like Pelon's got a good chance. Although we do have another 8 laps.
I've never been crazy enough to try out the softs in the race, but we'll see what can happen. He's got lighter fuel on the car, so he won't have too much tire wear, at least compared to if he were to start on the tires. But let's just see what he can do here. Actually, I don't know if Stars can close up this gap in time. He's going, I don't know, he's trying to push the car, but he's not fast enough right now. Sorry about that.
I think safety car will come in this lap, as I feel like the safety car will know that Stars will catch up. I mean, at the end, before Chonk starts racing properly, as looks like maybe. Come on, hurry up.
Might come in late, like I said earlier, but it'd be very rare to see. The safety car is getting closer and closer to the pit lane, and Stars are getting not close enough to the back. But if the safety car does not come in this lap, then Pelon will have even more of an advantage on the cars ahead of him, as Stars is now with the pack, and the safety car has not come in. So we're looking at even more of a chance of a Pelon dub here. As long as he can keep it on the track and keep it fast with these new tires, I think we can see a great race here. So let's look through these penalties here. Two big names having penalties.
Mm.
Alright. We
So,
have Hudsey, Siggy, 5 seconds. Go on.
I was just gonna say Hudsy's one potentially could be taken off. I'm guessing as he did cross the pit lane, which I do think is a rule. Actually, no, wait, no, it's not a rule. So, I don't know, we will see.
Yeah, Stars actually has, I don't know if he can stack drive-through penalties, but I saw him get 2. So that's his 3rd drive-through penalty of this race, and not what you want to see. Just unlucky speeding under the safety car or just not being aware. As we will see very soon, as the safety car is definitely in this lap. It's gone for like 4 laps now. And we got a race on our hands. And it's going to be up to Chonk at the start to see if we can get the jump on Christian Cummins. And then Arrow behind as well. I'm excited to see how this race pans out. If you had to put your bet on one person right now, Freddie, who would it be?
Buzzgod.
Fair enough.
So,
I thought you said Razor Senna, but you know.
yeah, I'll let you take this away.
Alrighty. So safety car is getting closer and closer to the pit lane. I don't believe that the cars can go flat out until that happens. But Chonk is taking all of his time. He wants to catch the driver behind him by surprise. Let's just see what he can do. We even trying to block the path of this Red Bull. Oh, as we have a coming together, it's Arrow and is that who is that? Arrow's lost his wing though, and that's an Aston Martin I think around as well. As we've restarted this race under very interesting circumstances. Chonk has made a gap from Christian Cummins. He's going to be safe, but will Christian Cummins be safe from Siggy? It looks like he will. As there's a huge incident, I think. Actually, no, that's just Arrow coming into the pits. As we have a lot of overtakes happening with Kevin Magnussen. As Kevin Magnussen is around.
Yeah, him and Hudsey having an incident together. I don't want to be biased, but Hudsey just closed the door on him. I can't lie. That'll be interesting to see.
So far, we haven't had too many incidents off the restart, but that's going to be huge again for the Mercedes driver of Arrow. To pit for the medium tires, the old medium tires. It's just getting worse and worse for him. He's going to be behind Stars, the man who lost it all, apparently. As Pilon is getting very close, as that's the 2 Red Bull swapping positions. I'd say that's smart considering the penalty that Hudsey has. He wants to try and build a gap, but he looks like he cut a corner again. So it's getting worse and worse for Red Bull. They might have a team order situation, you never know, but Siggy's closing up, and I know that for a fact. But with his 5-second time penalty, will he be able to keep this gap big enough, if he does make the overtake, of course, on Chonk? Or could we see a maiden win for Chonk as Arrow is around again from the back of the pack? It was looking promising, but now not so much. As Siggy's getting so close to the back of Chonk here, this is going to be exciting down the straight as Pilon goes a bit wide. Let's see what this overtake is going to look like. I think he'll have it quite easily with this line that he's taking before the braking zone.
Oh,
Chonk on his battery has more.
Pilon's coming out of nowhere.
Oh, what has happened there?
Oh, that was interesting.
So, alright, well, he's made the move, which is crucial for him, but he's gone deep, and that's a very close coming together by Siggy and Pilon. But what happened exactly on that straight? It looks like just ran into the back of him, or maybe there was a bit of a lift by Siggy, you never know. Siggy's not that type of guy to make stupid decisions, but stupid decisions were made by Kevin Magnussen, because he has had a little bit of a spin, as has Hokage Roldi. So these 2 drivers have basically just sold their race off, unless we have another safety car here. But we won't for the time being, as Siggy is getting so close to the back of Chonk, almost going to make contact, I feel. They do make a big contact. Siggy getting very aggressive on the throttle, defensive moves from Chonk. Siggy even tries to go around the outside. Siggy gets a switchback, gets a lot of wheel spin though. I thought we were going to see a move from Pilon there, honestly. as we have Josh Barnsley making the move on B-Boy Simba. And then I think we had another yellow flag involving Kevin Magnussen.
That was actually Hokage Roldy resetting to track.
Well, if we have that on tape, that's going to be not good for Aston Martin, but it could be good for Aston Martin if Pilon can just keep it on track, because Tiggy and Chong, they're going at it here. They can make contact, as they do make a bit of contact, but from Pilon's end. Pilon's got the battery advantage on Siggy, but not Chong. It's going to be a three-way battle down the straight. Look at the exit that Pilon has gotten. He runs into the back of Siggy again, runs into the wall as well. No damage, but he's got to push on even if he does, as Hudsey is now inviting himself into this fight. What can it be? It looks like it's going to be Siggy trying to make a move, but it's not going to work out. As Pilon makes a move, Siggy breaking late. Yeah, he's going to make contact with Pilon, and that's going to invite Hudsey into P3, and he will accept that invitation with a smile on his face as he makes contact with Siggy, actually, and it will go away from him as Pilon is going to try and dump the battery, and maybe not, and try and overtake Siggy. Is that Hudsey or Christian Cummins and making a mistake there? And Pilon is getting so close to Siggy, and Chonk has pulled a bit of a gap here as Christian loses another position down the straight. Two people into the pit, Hokage and Aaron G. But this is getting crazier and crazier. As we have Pilon. Go ahead.
Like I said earlier, that no one will be backing out through every corner. Pilon definitely trying to get the moves done quickly as possible, but Siggy's just not letting that happen.
Yeah, we had a 2-car battle at the start of this, and now it's 5 cars within about 2 seconds from each other. So we have Hokage Rody around again in turn 2. And Siggy's getting very close, even through just the smaller straights where you wouldn't normally see an overtake. But I wonder if Siggy will try and take Chong by surprise, because on the main straight, it doesn't look like he's had the advantage in terms of battery, as Chong has 30% more. But Pilon is getting great runs to this, as that's the Red Bull. Hudsey around. Runs into the wall as well. Does he have a front wing even?
Oh.
No.
No front wing.
Siggy's got the DRS, not to point any battery, but he's trying to stick within the toe of Chong. Can he make the move into turn 1? No, he backs out of it. But he gets a better line through turn 1, so I wonder if maybe that will make a attack through turn 3 with this next DRS zone, as Christian pits for his front wing, and does Hudsey as well.
Oh no.
It's gone so wrong for Red Bull here. And with the fact that Siggy can't catch up to Chong, this is going to be a huge swing in the points for Ferrari if they can just keep it like this. As Kevin gets past both the Red Bulls, and Hudsey actually back onto old mediums, so the driver's running out of tire options. But can Aaron G make up these positions on the Red Bulls? He does. And he'll be able to go on to the end with his tires, as Christian gets a 5-second time penalty for the same reason Hudsey got his. That's really not what you want to see. Getting past the pit exit, just not being able to keep it. As Siggy is still within the same gap that he was all this time, and I thought that maybe Pilon would be losing time right about now, but he has not. He's actually gained time on Siggy through the sector. Wonder if he can maybe make a move into turn 1, given that Siggy doesn't have the DRS. As Ben is actually, I think he made a move that we didn't see, or no, that was actually Christian breaking his front wing, but Ben is not out of this fight either, because he hasn't got a penalty. Pilon going a bit wide out of this last corner, not really respecting the track limits, but I don't think he gained too much out of it. As Ben, he's got 30% battery. Pilon wants to make this move. You can see that he's jumping his battery. He's gaining a lot of time on Siggy with the DRS, dumping his battery. Still, can he make this move on the soft tires against the medium tires? He's going to try around the outside, braking a bit late. He does go side by side, but not enough. And is that Ben maybe getting interested at, because he's got more of a battery than Pilon does at the moment. But can Siggy, this is one of the last opportunities he has on Chonk, and it looks like he might be going for it this time. He gets a good exit, but not good enough. And Josh Barnsley, somehow after what all of these had, he's gotten to the runoff like 6 separate times. He's run into the wall. He's P6. This just shows you it can happen in Baku. What's that?
Potentially P5.
Yeah, very true. As well. Oh, that's actually Big Elbow into the wall. I don't think he even made contact. He just
No, he's
ran
not.
into the wall.
Oh no,
Oh, he's beached.
yeah, he needs to reset. Reset,
Yeah,
reset. Yeah, there we are.
there you go. And with the stewards there, I'd say that he's got no
Oh
choice.
yeah, no,
And
yeah, he deserved that. There's not much
yeah,
he could
and he's
have done there.
broken his wing as well, so it's not gonna go well for him anyway. As Ben is still on the back of this 4-car pack, as actually Siggy tries to go around the outside of turn 15, I believe. They make so much contact through
Peeling
there,
going for it.
as Pilon is going through Siggy now, and not through, but he's trying to make the move past him, but has not made it. And his tires, surprisingly, Pilon, have not been giving up. Let's look how close he is to this last straight. Siggy's on the battery, Pilon's on the battery. Who's faster on the straight? It's going to be Siggy. Look at the gap that he's pulling on Pilon. Actually, that's Ben going maybe around the outside of Pilon, and he does. What a move!
Oh,
But he's broken way too hard. He's almost gone into the
oh
back
no,
of Siggy,
Peeling.
and he is out. Oh, is Pilon? He's around. Oh, and now they're making contact. Siggy and Chonk. They're side by side through the straight. Ghosted is Chonk. On the battery, on the DRS is Siggy. But we've missed so much. As going down the inside is Siggy. They make a bit of contact. Siggy just has to back out, and I have to say he didn't deserve too much room because he was not side by side enough. But Ben, even after his huge braking, is still very close and could be the winner of this situation here. Because Chonk, even though he's got older tires, is not giving up. As Siggy really wants to get past here. He's like, he's got this penalty. He wants to get in front and wants to break as much of the gap as he can, but he can't do so because he's got the Velociraptor right in front of him. Through Sector 3, what can we see here? And maybe seeing another move, a great move from Siggy. It doesn't look like we'll have one, but they're following each other very respectfully through these corners, and it looks like we won't see too much action until we get onto this final straight,
Wait.
which is not too far as Kevin Magnussen gets
Oh.
overtaken by Big Wisdom, and that's Arrow around
Oh
again.
no, Chunk has no wing.
What? Oh no. Well, he's got to just hold it out at this point. He can't really pit. He's lifting so much. Siggy's right on the back of him. You could say that Chonk has a bit less downforce now. And it looks like he's actually pulling away quite a bit on the straight. He's got to just
Oh wow,
pray that something goes wrong.
Chunk has no wing, and he's going for it. No, for one lap.
They're still side by side. That's incredible braveness from Chonk. He's gonna get the DRS now. He's still getting pushed around, and Ben, he's right there. He can see the win because Siggy's got a penalty, and he might even get this overtake done on track. Look at the speed difference with
They go
Ben.
3 wide.
Ben goes down the inside. It's 3 wide. Surely not. Surely they don't make contact, and they don't. But Chonk is still fighting for P2 without a front. Oh, Ben's gone into the wall. As has
No.
Josh Barnsley into the runoff. Ben's gone into the wall. Siggy is now into the lead. Can Chunk keep it within 5 seconds? If he can, that will be one of the best races that we've seen. And it already has been, hasn't it? It's been a great race.
This
As
has
Josh
been,
Barnsley might.
this has been
Yeah.
it's tremendous. I mean, look, Siggy, potentially P2. Chonk, I think he may get a penalty as he's got no wing. As he's literally got no wing, and he's still racing, which is, in my opinion, is a bit illegal. Illegal, would you not say?
Well, what do you want him to do, Pitt? It's at the last lap. He's got to get his elbows out. He
Yeah,
hasn't caused.
but
Actually,
I've seen it before, and I think there's been penalties. Oh, and there's a fight for P8, P9, as Kevin Magnussen's tapped Simba, and he gets a move done really weirdly, which makes Bebry be in P8.
Yes, as his teammate Siggy is going to cross the line P1, but it's not going to matter as Ben
What?
retires from the
How is
session.
Ben
He
retired?
actually gets taken out. He run into the wall as Siggy crosses the line first, but Chonk has taken his win as a reserve driver without a wing. Well, that is great job from Chonk, as it looks like Josh Barnsley will take the final podium position as Big Elbro gets past the DNF cars of Ben. I want to see what happened to Ben here. I have no idea where he went actually. And
Oh, well,
yeah,
there's
that's
a
P1
fight.
P4.
There's a drag race. Debris. What? Oh. Okay, that is a bit dangerous in my opinion. Um, Debris pushing Kevin Magnussen nearly into the wall. And
Yes.
there's no biasy there, but in my opinion, that's ticketable.
And we saw Christian Cummins getting past Aaron G at the final straight, but it doesn't matter. He did have a penalty. And somehow, out of all of this, I have to say my driver of the day is Josh Barnsley. He's gone into the runoff so many times. He's hit his front wing. He's gone through all the dramatic incidents that we've seen, getting pushed off the track by the car, Ben, that had no wing. And it's just, yeah, even the game set driver of the day is Josh Barnsley. So hats off to him. But our race winner for now is Chunk.
Yeah, Chunk is not happy with Siggy right now as um trying to ask if he actually did have a wing, and he's saying nope, I lost my wing.
So it looks like maybe he got forced into a wall there and he broke his wing. And I can't say that it's his fault if that's what really happened. But he did win. He doesn't deserve to complain. We'll get him in the interview booth. But what a race, I have to say. It was looking so boring. It was looking so good. At sometimes it had its up and downs. But I'd say that we had one of the greatest finishes in Division 4 so far.
Absolutely. Kevin Magnussen get P7, potentially P6 if he tickets that. I mean, I think that's definitely ticketable. But Josh Barnsley, driver of the day, come on, like, bro, the amount of times this guy had a runoff, the times he had a wing change, that is insane.
I mean, seriously though, you got to give it to him. Like, how does he pull it off?
Honestly, I
Like,
don't know. I want to hear it from him. Let's get the interviews ready. Josh Barnsley is in. Mr. Josh Barnsley, what a race.
Yes, sir. Holy.
You
That was something.
sound you sound so happy, and honestly Josh, I can't believe it because you had such a stinky season last season.
Oh yeah.
You struggled actually driving that car. But hey, P3 when you had like 5 wing changes, 5 turnarounds. That's amazing.
It was awesome. I was really hoping like that safety car came at the best time. I pitted, got fresh mediums on, and I was just ripping after that. There was near the very end, I think it was the second last, or no, it was the last lap. I locked up again, and I nearly went into the runoff. I was able to save it last second though, but that would have lost me the race. But yeah, I'm extremely happy with that. Not
Yeah.
much else I can really say.
How many tires did you go on?
I think I ran off 3 separate times, or I guess 4 separate times if you count the last lap, and I had to change my wing, I think 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
So it was yeah, it was pretty wild. I'm surprised I was even to come back for like top 5, but shit, I'll
Yeah, I
take
mean
it.
top 5. I mean you got top 3, man, and
Yeah,
potentially P2, or P1,
oh yeah,
or P1. Who
yes.
knows?
Oh yeah, I guess there's gonna be a lot of penalties, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I can confirm there will be a lot.
Yeah.
The verdicts will be interesting to see when they come out this later on this next week. But
Mhm.
Josh is happy to have you back in the booth. It's been a while. I think the last one was season 4, Canada.
Canada.
yeah,
Yeah,
when he won.
Canada. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was when
where
I
you
beat
won.
Nathan and Freddie was broadcasting.
I was broadcasting.
Yeah.
This is a trio of the Canadian Grand Prix, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
is, although
Well.
Nathan is a stinker. But Josh, thank you for having an interview. What a race from
No
you.
worries.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you as well. See you next week.
See you next week, maybe in the interview room again.
We'll be in the interview room.
Right.
No,
So who came second?
Siggy did.
Oh yeah, Siggy won. So Siggy, on mute.
Yeah.
Um,
What's up?
do you want to explain?
Ex-
What?
I mean,
explain your crimes.
it's a cracker lacking P2 there. Tell us a race.
I'm not sure what the question is. I'm sorry.
All right.
Just explain your race. Like what happened?
I finished P2.
Oh,
Good job.
Nathan, do it to him. Jesus Christ.
All right, I'll ask a better question. So, obviously, a bit of controversy between you and Chonk. He's saying that you ran him into the wall a bunch of times, or at least tried to. What was happening in that battle there? Were you at fault for his broken wing, or is it just a racing incident?
I really don't know what's going on. Mainly because it seems like there was some sort of desync towards the end when after the safety car, and so I don't know what you guys saw, but like we were like wheel banging me and Chonk, and even with Pylon too. And then like I kept getting pushed off and everything. So it's kind of like an aggressive battle, but I don't know. I don't think I pushed Chonk off to make him lose that front wing. So I know it's kind of sketchy, but I mean, then, we can just look at it through the tickets and the recordings and everything, because that's really ultimately what's going to be the determining factor, right? But yeah, I mean, I was ready to like drop down because I had like a 5-second speeding penalty, which that was strange also, even though I wasn't speeding. So I was ready to drop to like fifth or whatever, but then everyone just started fighting behind, and that was my race.
Yeah, I think with what was thrown at you in this race, I think you did a great job at least securing the P2 with your penalty. And the commentator booth, it was just so weird to follow because at one point we had like 5 cars in a battle, and 2 of them broke their wing. Then we had another driver break their wing, and then we had another one push another one off the track because he got pushed off by the track. It was just wild things. But overall, congratulations on your P2. Hopefully, there's no penalties your way because you are a great guy and a great driver. So thank you for joining us at the broadcast booth, and we'll see you maybe next week here again.
Hope so. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, so that is Siggy done. We've heard it from one side. Now let's hear it from the other side. Chonk, are you here?
Yes.
Yes. So, Nathan, I'll let you say it because apparently the other person didn't understand.
All right. So basically, what we're focusing on right now. So you had a broken wing. Is that Siggy's fault, or did you break it on your own?
First it was into turn 2. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he got late on the brakes. I've done that before. But he sent it up my inside and then forced me to the wall, which broke half my wing. And then later in the lap, I broke my wing completely. But since there's literally like 1.5 laps left, why am I gonna pit?
That's a fair enough argument, but I'm not gonna say it here because I will say it, but I've heard that there's a disqualification for driving with no wing, which
Huh?
I could be wrong, but I
We'll not
think
get
it's
into that here.
yeah, we won't get it into here, but you drove an amazing race. I think you were P1 for quite a bit of it, correct?
Yeah, it was a decent race, I guess. Just like sitting there, not hitting the wall and stuff. Like, not sure what was going on in the restarts, but it was always chaos, either in front or behind me.
Indeed, it was chaos, and we've actually seen even with a broken wing, you were still gaining time in even like the trickiest corners of this track. So clearly a demonstration of your car control and your pace, and I think you did a great job today. A win for Ferrari is always a good day in our office, and great job tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that's all I got. You got anything, Freddie?
No, I'm just really tired, so I want to go to bed. So yeah, Chunk, thank you for being in the booth with us. Great to hear your side of the story. We'll see how the penalties end up at later on next week.
Yeah.
Oop. Well, that will be it. I'm really sorry if I'm too back commentating. I'm just really tired right now. But we've got Nathan here who's been doing absolute amazing commentary recently, and thank you for being in the booth, Nathan, for late notice. We do have Division 3 tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST, I'm pretty sure it is, and then followed